One thing that's always struck me, Maria, talking to you is the amount of compassion you have for other people. And what I admire about you is very much in our last conversation and this one is that it wasn't so much about you as it was about trying to improve things and make things better. And also what people don't really know, and I wanted my audience to really hear and experience, and I think they have tonight, is how you love America too, even though it was a horrible experience and what you went through was unconscionable. So thank you for not, lumping all Americans in with that, with the power structure that, singled you out and oppressed you. So thank you for knowing that
Well,
there's people that
you
care.
would be surprised, but I still have friends in the United States I talk to, and trying to, I hope I don't put them in trouble. This is the only one thing that I worry about. Some people I had to stop communication because it can ruin their careers. And I hope these people know whom I'm talking about. I haven't changed, I haven't disappeared, but I just worry about you guys. That's all. The second thing is I do have friends here, Americans actually, who live in Russia. And you know what I said to one of them? I am his first defender. If somebody ever will discriminate an American here unlawfully, I will be the first defender. Because, I know what racism is. I know what nationalism, I know what Nazism is. Because that was my first words when I ended up in prison, saying like, look at this strange law. You basically don't need any substance of the deal, I would say. I have no money in my case. I have nobody who's harmed. I don't have even co-conspirators. Gosh, guys, think about it. But I'm still a horrible who? I'm not a spy. The government said I'm not a spy. So who I am? I didn't get any money from Russian government, no support. The money that I got from my education were from America. So come on, there is nothing. And you cannot charge a person with 15 years that was supposed to be my term for just, making dinners. This is an absurd. And so what I do I want fairness. Russians actually value this. This is our top priority. It should be fair. So if somebody tries to discriminate, it doesn't matter who this person is, Black or Latino, or it's a Russian or it's American. It doesn't matter for me. I want people to be equal and having equal rights by the law, and it should be fair. That's why I will keep fighting. Because if I change the side and just say, all Americans are bad, that means they win. But trust me, it takes me incredible efforts every day, seeing how American media treats Russia, how every time I go online, except you give me a chance to talk. When I talk to and actually CNN or somebody, they just all the time say, like, how many children you kill? Like, I don't kill any children. And then I say this and they say, oh, well, actually, when did you kill children? Like, I just said I did not kill children. And it doesn't matter. They just ask the same question over and over again, hoping for your misstep. Because I'm not a native speaker, they try to trick me with the language. Like, guys, it's not a fair game. Like, go ahead and speak with me and have a discussion with me in my native language. By the way, I'm surprised I still can speak English. So I talk with my American friends, and they keep in my heart a hope that there are good people around. And Tara, you're one of these people. You're a fighter, because saying they are going public, I know what it means. I did it involuntarily. They put me in prison. My case became public. But you actually knew you're going to put on the stake on the desk all your life, knowing they're going to ban you, cancel you, they're going to hunt you, but still you are for the truth, and they respect you for this. You show me that there are really good Americans, and they do exist. And I hope among our listeners and viewers of the podcast, there will be more of them, that they will actually bring America back.
I hope so. I really, I love Russian culture. It's 1,000 years old of beauty, of innovation, of science. I really believe that Vladimir Putin was correct when he said we are entering a multipolar world. And I think if America could just be part of the multipolar world and accept that it doesn't have to be unipolar, there would be more innovation and there would be more wealth for everyone. I just think it would be better and healthier to have balance in the world, and that's why I feel so strongly about it. But when I vote, when I kind of vocalized those views and wrote a blog about that in 2018, I think, or something similar. Yeah, it wasn't accepted well, but people accept it. It's just the power structure doesn't want, that to get out. But
That's what I just wanted to
yeah,
say
yeah,
is
yeah.
America can do it and can be a part of multipolar world. I don't want to make an to put their sign of equality, meaning to put on one side American people and American government. There are great Americans, and they should go and they should be in charge, not those crack politicians that you see. This is incredible.
$67 billion has gone to Ukraine. Meanwhile, we're having 40-year high inflation. We have 27% of children in this country that are in poverty. 22% of Europeans in England, in England, Ireland, and Scotland, they're all in poverty. Like that's a quarter of the population now because of,
well,
this proxy.
give you just a simple example that I watch every day is, this baby powder, this special thing to make milk for babies, for little babies. Mm-hmm. You know how you actually ended up having such a deficit. They don't produce it in the United States. So here's the problem. For years and years, the corporations were promoting for females that they must feed their kids from the early days with this special milk, artificial milk. Mm-hmm. When these kids actually need natural, look at the recommendation of all Russian international groups, doctors, they will say, this is not normal, but they wanted more money. They just wanted more money because it's a huge market. And today they have a deficit. And what government does? Nothing. They just go ahead and do whatever you want. But if your kid is crying and he wants milk, what you gonna do? This cruelty, double standards.
It's been a crazy thing with the supply thing. There's been other things that have been out of supply too, because our infrastructure is collapsing. I mean, what you're watching is a slow collapse. And I don't know, nobody wants to say it out loud, but it's what's happening. Capitalism is reaching a certain point, which is a political theory that hits a point where there's a problem and there's too much greed. And I think that, we're at that problem where very few people have a lot of money and then the rest of us don't.